Okay, students, hope you have seen the video. So now I read. The children snuggled up to grandma. It was a story time. And grandma had many interesting stories to share. Snuggled means banbittu tabkonadu, comfort madadu. So that is called as snuggle. The children came to listen to the story from the grandma. Tell us one of your forest stories, grandma, said Seher. ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೋರಿನ ಹೇಳಬೇಕಂತ ಸೆಹರ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾಳೆ. ಎಸ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಸಾದತ್. ಹರ್ ಬ್ರದರ್ ಸಾದತ್. He also said yes. Tell us one about a tiger. But Seher said, no, tell us one of your elephant stories. That the one about the newborn elephant calf that made you fall. Or the one about the wild elephant that rubbed its back against your house and you thought it was an earthquake. Where you were frightened, grandma? So Seher said that you have to tell us about the story about the elephants. That day one wild elephant frightened you, Alva. So it was rubbing its back against your house. You thought that it is earthquake is happening. So grandma said, yes, I was frightened. Oh yes, I was. Well, I will tell you an elephant story that will show you how intelligent these animals are. Animals are very intelligent, students. They are also very organized and caring creatures. Organized ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ they go one by one. They follow the line. One is going means another one will also go for a drink. They all go for drinking water. They all will go for searching food, and it is well organized, and each one is caring another. Long ago, when your grandpa was a forest officer, he was sent to Bengadubi. It is a forest outpost near Siliguri at the foothills of the Himalayas. Outer post ಅಂದರೆ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಏರಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಂಗದುಬಿ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಊರಿದೆ. It is near Siliguri. Okay, so it is also known as Dwars. Dwars means doors. ದ್ವಾರ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ವಾ, Dwars. Doors to the ಮೌಂಟೇನ್ಸ್. ಮೌಂಟೇನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಬೆಟ್ಟಗಳಿಗೆ ಹತ್ತಿಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗೋದ ದಾರಿ ಏನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಡ್ವಾರ್ಸ್. ಹಿ ವಾಸ್ ಸೆಂಟ್ ದೇರ್ ಟು ಚೆಕ್ ವಾಟ್ ದ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಲಿವಿಂಗ್ ದೇರ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ the elephant menace. So the forest elephants were giving lots of trouble. Menace means lots of trouble. So they were giving lots of trouble. So he was sent to check the what type of trouble they are facing. ಯಾರು ಆ ಊರಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಯಾವ ಟೈಪ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಕಳಿಸಿರ್ತಾರೆ. Wild elephants were wandering into rice fields and eating up the crops at the night. The night guards tried to scare off the hungry beasts. Beasts ಅಂತಂದರೆ hungry, ತುಂಬ ಅಂದರೆ ಹಿಂದೆ ಮುಂದೆ ನೋಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನೇ ತಿಂತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ animals. That type of animals are called as beasts. They will be like, if they are hungry means they cannot control their anger, students. ಅಷ್ಟು ಸಿಟ್ಟು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ. But the elephants were not so easily frightened. The people tried to frighten the animal, but they were not easily frightened. ಅಂದರೆ ಅವಕ್ಕೆ ಹೆದರಿಕೆ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ. Your grandpa went out to inspect the place. So as the grandfather was a forest officer, he came to inspect, he came to watch the place. He found that the large part of the forest had been cut down. Only a very narrow part of the old forest area remained. and the elephants lived there. So elephants ಗೆ ಏನು ಬೇಕು, ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ಏರಿಯಾ ಬೇಕು. ದೇ ನೀಡ್ ಅ ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ದೇ ಆಲ್ ಆರ್ ಬಿಗ್ animals ಅಲ್ವಾ. ದೇ ನೀಡ್ ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಫುಡ್ ಟು ಈಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಟು ಲಿವ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಬಟ್ the forest had been cut. Large amount of forest had been cut. That is why they were coming to the village in search of food. Elephants need large spaces to live in, and they also need a lot of food. The people had taken these away. How would you feel if your home was taken away and you didn't have enough to eat? How would you feel, students, if your food has taken away and if you don't have any shelter to live anta? Of course you feel very bad alva. If you don't have any house to live in, how do you feel? You feel very sad, right? You feel very insecure.